Hello students, today onwards we are going to start from question number 27 and hopefully we shall try to finish remaining questions of the exercise 9.3. So let us see from the question number 27. Here in the 27th question we have given that you have to find out the value of n so that a to the power n plus 1 plus b to the power n plus 1 upon a to the power n plus b to the power n. This whole expression will be a geometric mean between a and b. Okay, so first of all you should know what is the geometric mean, that already we have covered earlier. For example, in short, right now if I explain you, suppose if I say 3, 9 and 27 are in GP. Okay, if I say these three numbers are in GP, you can check, divide the second term by the first and third term by the second, you will get the same common ratio. Then we will say that the second number 9 will be the geometric mean of 3 and 27. 9 will be always equal to the square root of 3 and 27 multiplication. You can check 27 and 3, if you multiply it will come 81. Okay, and then square root of 81 will be equal to 9. So remember, geometric mean between three numbers who is forming a GP, then the second number is always equal to the multiplication of the two numbers square root. So same way here also we have given that this whole expression a to the power n plus 1 plus b to the power n plus 1, this whole expression is given as a geometric mean between a and b. So we can say that a and b are the first and third number and this expression will be the middle number. So we can say here, since, we'll write down in the same manner, since a to the power n plus 1 plus b to the power n plus 1 divided by a to the power n plus b to the power n is geometric mean of a and b. Okay, so therefore we can say that a to the power n plus 1 plus b to the power n plus 1 divided by a to the power n plus b to the power n is equal to under root of ab. That we can say whichever is the geometric mean, that will come on one side and the square root of the multiplication of first and last term will be coming on the either side of equation. Right, now this is the only main we can say turning point of the question. After that the question only we have to simplify. There is nothing, we need to simplify the given expression, the given equation, and then we need to get the value of n here. Okay, so now let us see how we can find out further. A to the power n plus 1 plus b to the power n plus 1, that I am writing as it is, and the denominator a to the power n plus b to the power n, that I am going to transfer onto that side, and under root of ab I am writing as a to the power 1 by 2 into b to the power 1 by 2 into a to the power n plus b to the power n, that I am copying as it is here. Now further, left hand side for some time we shall keep it as it is. Okay, and we shall simplify first the right hand side. So this will be a to the power n plus 1 plus b to the power n plus 1 is equal to, this will become a to the power 1 by 2 into b to the power 1 by 2 into a to the power n. These three terms will multiply. Similarly, the term lying outside will multiply to the b to the power n. So a to the power 1 by 2, then b to the power 1 by 2, and then b to the power n. That these three terms will multiply. So further we can write down LHS, I am writing as it is. Okay, and this one now it will become a to the power n plus 1 by 2 into b to the power 1 by 2. Okay, because both the a's have the same basis, so their power will be added. Same way the things will happen here also. The b's have the same basis over here, so power of b will be added. That will become n plus 1 by 2. Now we shall do one thing. We shall separate the similar kind of term at one side. For example, look at the left hand side. We have one term a to the power n plus 1. Okay. And from the right hand side, we can bring here a to the power n plus 1 by 2 into b to the power 1 by 2. That we can bring it because both are having 1 and nearby the powers are also similar. Similarly, now the right hand side term remain here a to the power 1 by 2 into b to the power n plus 1 by 2 minus we can send b to the power of n plus 1 onto that side. Okay, so we can say now here at least some calculations can be done between these two terms. So we'll do one thing. A to the power of n plus 1, we can write down a to the power n plus 1 by 2. Here I am putting the bracket and again plus 1 by 2 minus a to the power n plus 1 by 2 into b to the power 1 by 2 will be as it is. Similarly, here a to the power 1 by 2 into b to the power n plus 1 by 2 I am keeping same, but b to the power n plus 1 I am writing in the same manner as I wrote a to the power n plus 1. So n plus 1 by 2 in one bracket and plus 1 by 2 into the another term. Okay, now you know that one formula a to the power of m plus n we can write down as a to the power m into a to the power n. So we can separate the term over here a to the power of n plus 1 by 2 one term into a to the power 1 by 2. You think if I multiply both the terms, then I will add the power and hence it will become the same term. Now this two terms next I am keeping as it is a to the power n plus 1 by 2 into b to the power 1 by 2 is equal to, this term is also I am keeping same a to the power 1 by 2 into b to the power n plus 1 by 2 minus, now this one also I am writing in the same manner b to the power n plus 1 by 2 into b to the power 1 by 2. Okay, now further here from the left hand side you observe we can take common a to the power n plus 1 by 2 we can take common. Observe in both the term it is there. So what will remain a to the power 1 by 2 minus b to the power 1 by 2. ठीक है is equal to, similarly here b to the power n plus 1 by 2 we can take common. Okay, so what will remain here a to the power 1 by 2 minus b to the power 1 by 2, right? And observe this whole bracket and this whole bracket will be cancelled directly. Now a to the power n plus 1 by 2 is equal to remain b to the power n plus 1 by 2, that will remain into 1 I can suppose here. If you multiply by 1 it doesn't make any changes over there, but I can suppose into 1. Now observe in the right hand side b to the power of n plus 1 by 2 is in the multiplication of 1, and multiplication term if I bring onto the left hand side it comes in division, so it will be a to the power n plus 1 by 2 upon b to the power n plus 1 by 2 is equal to 1, that will remain. Now from the term a to the power n plus 1 by 2 and b to the power n plus 1 by 2 I can take their power common, so a upon b will be as it is and whole power now it will become n plus 1 by 2 is equal to, we can say here it will remain 1 I can write down as a upon b whole power 0. That we can say, because see, we know that if any term is having the power 0, then its value is always equal to 1. So from here we can say that the bases are same. So n plus 1 by 2 will be equal to 0. Here reason can be given, since bases are same, so their powers will be also same. So n plus 1 by 2 is equal to 0. So value of n will be equal to, from here we can say it is coming minus 1 by 2. That would be the required answer, I suppose. Okay, so I think this is the complete solution. Let us see once, then we can go ahead to the next question. Okay, now let us see the next question, question number 28. Since the questions are lengthy, so in detail I am not explaining everything, because these questions are very lengthier, and already we are near about in the middle of the chapter. So we have to cover up the miscellaneous exercise, as well as the 9.4 is also remaining. Now let us see the 28th question. Here they are saying the sum of two numbers is 6 times their geometric mean. First of all, remember, if two numbers are given to us as a and b, so their geometric mean will be a plus b upon 2. Sorry, geometric mean will be under root of ab, and their arithmetic mean will be a plus b upon 2. That I will write down here in the side, so you should remember. If a comma b are two numbers, are two numbers, then first point, remember, arithmetic mean. Okay, so arithmetic mean of a comma b will be equal to a plus b upon 2. Second point, remember, geometric mean of a comma b will be equal to under root of ab. So please remember these two things. Okay, it may be required in some of the question now, or maybe little later. So here what they are saying, sum of two number is 6 times their geometric mean. So what is their geometric mean exactly? That is under root of ab. Okay, so if you add two number, it will be equal to the 6 times of geometric mean that they are saying to us. So first of all, we shall suppose the two numbers over here. Let two numbers are a comma b. Okay, then according to the question, what they are saying to us, a plus b is equal to 6 times of under root of ab. Okay, that we can say, that is given to us in the question. A plus b is equal to 6 into under root of ab. Okay, now what they are asking here, show that the numbers are in the ratio 3 plus 2 root 2 upon 3 minus 2 root 2. Okay, means you have, when you divide the first number by the second number, means I am talking about a and b. So we need to find out the value of a and b first here. When I will divide the a by b, then I will get this answer, 3 plus 2 root 2 upon 3 minus 2 root 2. So here what shall we do it? First of all, we shall try to find out the value of a and b. Okay, so here first I will suppose this is my equation number 1. Okay, now here I will apply one formula. Since we know that a minus b whole power 2 is equal to a plus b whole power 2 minus 4ab. This formula you must have covered last year in quadratic equation, when you are dealing with the roots of the quadratic equation. Okay, on that time such kind of formula you may have covered. Now in this formula, let us put up the values first. So a minus b will be as it is, a minus b whole power 2 I am keeping as it is. A plus B I am keeping here 6 under root of AB from the equation number 1. Okay, and minus 4AB will be as it is. Here reference can be given by equation first. Now further, if I go, then see, if I will simplify, first of all the right hand side, square of 6 will be here 36 and root of AB square will remain only AB, minus 4AB will be as it is. 36 minus 4 will become here 32AB. Okay, and we can say that therefore the value of a minus b will be equal to under root of 32ab, because square will go onto that side and hence the square root symbol will come. Here I am taking the positive square root. It is applicable actually plus and minus sign over here, because you know that if the value of x square is equal to y square, then the value of x will be equal to always plus minus of y, that we knows. Okay, but here I am taking the positive square root because see the ratio we have given here, the ratio is coming completely positive. So since there is no negative sign in the ratio, that's why we are taking it as a positive value. Okay, now little bit simplify moreover. So a minus b will be equal to 32. See, we can write down 4 into 4 into 2. So one pair of 4 is complete, that will come outside and 2 will remain inside, and moreover it will remain under root of AB. Equation number second. Now let us add both the equations, equation number 1 and equation number 2. So equation 1 plus equation 2. So what is equation 1 here? A plus B is equal to 6 times of under root of AB, and A minus B is equal to 4 under root of 2 under root of AB. Okay, so which implies that here if I add both of them, let us add. What do we get here? See, if you add both of them, then plus b and minus b will be cancelled. A and a will become here 2a, and this will be 6 plus 4 under root of 2, and root of ab I am taking common because root of ab is common between both of them. Now little bit moreover we can simplify. From the right hand side we can take common 2, because 6 and 4 we can take common 2 here. Remaining is 3 plus 2 under root of 2, and then under root of AB will be as it is. 2 and 2 would be cancelled over here. So see, we are getting the value of A will be equal to 3 plus 2 under root of 2 and then into under root of AB. So this will be the value of A right now. This value of A we can put up either in equation 1 or in equation 2. So let us put up in equation 1. So we can say that therefore by equation 1. Okay, what is equation 1? We have A plus B is equal to 6 times of under root of AB. Okay, so in that we shall put up the value of A. Let us put up the value of A first. That we have 3 plus 2 under root of 2 into under root of AB plus B is equal to 6 times of under root of AB. Okay, now that whole value we can send onto that side and take the root of AB common. So B will be equal to 6 minus 3 minus 2 under root of 2 will remain, and root of AB we can take common. Okay, now for the 6 minus 3, how much it would be? 6 minus 3 will be equal to 3. So B will be equal to 3 minus 2 under root of 2 into under root of AB. Okay, this is our value of A. Now what they are asking? They are asking the ratio between A and B. So now we can say that since A upon B, we shall find out the value of A upon B is equal to 3 plus 2 under root of 2 into root of AB. This is the value of A. Okay, whole divided by, this will be 3 minus 2 under root of 2 into under root of AB. This will be the value of B. Root of AB and root of AB got cancelled. So we can write down the ratio in more needful manner. So we can say that therefore A ratio B is equal to 3 plus 2 under root of 2 ratio 3 minus 2 under root of 2, and this is the only answer we need to bring it. Okay, so we have brought the required answer. Now let us see the next question. Question number 29. Yes, let us see the question number 29. In the 29th question, what they are saying, if A and G be the arithmetic mean and the geometric mean respectively between two positive numbers, that two positive numbers we can suppose by small a and small b, then prove that the numbers are, means here you see the plus minus sign is given between a and the root value. So if I take the plus sign, that will be the value of first number, and if I take the minus sign, that will be the value of second number. So basically two numbers values are given if we separate their signs. Now first of all we shall suppose the two numbers right now as small a and small b, and that value we shall try to find out. So we shall write down here, let two numbers are a comma b. Okay, now we can say that therefore arithmetic mean between a and b is equal to a plus b upon 2. Okay, and one more thing we can say, here in the question we have given that the arithmetic mean between a and b is given by capital A, that you can see. So that will be equal to a plus b upon 2. And see how a plus b upon 2, I have shown you in the last question, the arithmetic mean between a and b will be always equal to a plus b upon 2, and geometric mean between a and b will be equal to under root of ab. However, the value of arithmetic mean is given here as capital A and geometric mean is given here as capital G. So we can say that, and geometric mean between A and B is equal to under root of AB, and geometric mean is given in the question here as G. So G will be equal to under root of AB. That is your second value. Now see, we have to prove that the numbers are A plus minus under root of A plus G into under root of A minus G. Okay, so see what shall we do it, we can prove in a very simple manner. However, this question solution, if you see in some other books, you will find out solution is bit lengthy, but if you try to if you approach in a more simple manner, then we shall do one thing, we shall keep in the expression whatever the values are given of a and b, we shall keep the value of a, capital A and capital G, and we shall try to simplify. If we get the answer as small a and small b, we can conclude these are the values of those numbers only whose arithmetic mean and geometric mean is given to us. Okay, so let us see how we can simplify. First of all, we shall take here, consider, I am taking to find out the value of a. So I am taking here a plus under root of a plus g into a minus g. This I am taking over here. Okay, so plus sign I am taking first. Then little later we will take the minus sign also. So value of a, how much we have? That is a plus b upon 2 plus under root of, let us put up the value of a plus g into a minus g. Okay, so that will be a, value of a again if I put up. So first of all, see a plus g, a minus g, that we can say, we'll do one thing, we'll make one change over here. Value of a and g we can put up little later. A I am keeping right now as it is. Okay, plus under root of this, I can say we can apply the formula a plus b into a minus b. So it is a square minus g square. Okay, now we can simplify in a more better manner. So it will be equal to, now let us put up the value of a, that will be a plus b upon 2 plus then under root of, put up the value of a again. So that will be a plus b upon 2 whole power 2 minus under root of ab whole power 2, because value of g how much we have, that is under root of ab. Now let us simplify further. Okay, so this will be a plus b upon 2 will be as it is, plus now inside the root we shall try to simplify the given values. Okay, so a plus b upon 2 whole square, so this will become a plus b whole power 2 divided by 4 minus only ab, that we can say. Let us simplify moreover. So this will be a plus b upon 2 plus under root. This will be a plus b whole power 2 minus 4ab. I am taking the LCM here. Okay, and whole divided by 4. So upon it will be 4 will come. Right, now we should open the a plus b whole square. Okay, just I am simplifying, nothing else. So a plus b upon 2 plus under root of, this will be a square plus b square, or c, we can apply the formula also directly as we applied in the previous one question. A plus b the whole square minus 4ab is equal to a minus b the whole square, that directly you can apply. Okay, only reference can be given in the site. So a minus b the whole square, this can be, and upon 4 will be as it is. You can say since a minus b whole power 2 will be equal to a plus b whole power 2 minus 4ab. Okay, this is a formula we knows. So directly, why we should not apply it. Now square root, if I try to find out of the second term, first term I am writing as it is, a plus b upon 2, then this will be plus a minus b upon 2, because square and square root will be cancelled and 4 will become 2 if we try to find out the square root. Now LCM if I take, it will come 2, it will be a plus b plus a minus b will be as it is. Minus b and plus b got cancelled, so we got here 2a upon 2. So 2 and 2 again we can cancel. Okay, so we can say that therefore what we got here, therefore the value of a plus under root of a plus g into a minus g will be equal to small a, that we got. Okay, in the examination you can similarly show that if you take the minus sign between the two terms, it will come equal to b also. So we can say that similarly a minus under root of a plus g into a minus g. If this question comes for 4 marks, you can write down similarly. If it comes for 6 mark, then you can show the value of b also in the solution. Okay, so observe, we got value of small a and small b as a plus or a minus under root of a plus g into a minus g, and that was only required to be proved in the question. Okay, so we have completed this question also. Now let us see the next question. Question number 30. Yes, see, in the question number 30, what we have given, the number of bacteria in a certain culture doubles every hour. Means suppose right now the bacteria is 2, next hour it will become 4, and again next to next hour it will become 8, double of 4. Okay, whatever the double right now, whatever the value right now, it will be double of the that one. Now they are saying if there were 30 bacteria present in the culture originally, how many bacteria will be present at the end of second hour, fourth hour and nth hour. Okay, first of all, see, we shall create a sequence. So because we need to get the GP clearly, then only we can find out the value over here. So we can say that given GP is, okay, what is the GP? Initially how many bacteria are given? 30. Then it will become 60, then it will become 120, and hence it will go in the same manner. Now see, here 30 bacteria are given at the 0th hour, means in the beginning. In the beginning, how much time we can say in hours? It will be 0 hour. So after completing 1 hour, we can say that the number of bacteria are becoming here 60. So here we can say these are the bacteria at 0 hour, we can say, and similarly 60 we can say it is at 1 hour. At 1 hour we can say, or we can say after 1 hour, that will be more proper. Okay, after 1 hour, right? Because after 1 hour the number of bacteria become here 60. Similarly after second hour the number of bacteria are becoming here 120. So here we can say that the value of A will be equal to 30, R will be equal to 60 upon 30, means it will be equal to 2, and the value of N will be different. Now see, they are asking the number of bacteria after second hour. So here number of bacteria after second hour, that we need to find out after second hour. Now you need to focus some things here. See, after 1 hour, if I want to find out the number of bacteria, then the value is coming here 60. But 60 is which term in the sequence? That is second term. Means I can say that if I want to find out the number of bacteria after 1 hour, it will be equal to the second term, or we can say that A2. So similarly, if I want to find out the number of bacteria after second hour, it will be equal to A3 or the third term. Value of A3 will be here A into R square. Okay, what is the value of A I have here? A will be equal to 30 into R will be equal to 2. So square of 2 will be 4, and hence it will become value 120. That is your answer number 1, first answer. Okay, there are 3 separate answers they are asking. Now see, they are asking the number of bacteria after 4th hour. So we will write down number of bacterias after 4th hour. Okay, so in the same manner we can write down it will be A5, because after second hour it will be third term, so after fourth hour it will be A5. So value of A5 will be equal to here A into R to the power 4. So it will be A, that is 30, into 2 to the power 4, because value of R is here 2. 16 into 30, it will become 480 bacteria. So this is your answer number second. Okay, now further the third one, they are asking the number of bacteria after nth hour. See, they are asking the third part. After nth hour we need to find out the number of bacteria, means we need to generalize this value. Okay, so just put up the value of n, you will get the answer. So now we shall write down here number of bacteria after nth hour. Okay, so after nth hour, how we shall find out? See, observe the relation. After fourth hour, if I want to find out, then here 5 is coming, right? Means it will be added by 1. Same way, if I go with the same relation, I will write down here a n plus 1. I will find out. Okay, means I need to find out the value of a n plus 1. We know that the formula of an is equal to a into r to the power n minus 1. That is the formula of an. So a n plus 1 will be equal to a into r to the power, it will be n, because if we replace n by n plus 1 in the formula, then plus 1 and minus 1 will be cancelled and remaining is a into r to the power n. Put up the value over here. A is equal to 30 into 2 to the power n. This will be the answer number third in the question. Okay. Now let us see the next question. Now see, we have remained two more questions, question number 31 and question number 32. So right now I am taking question number 32. Okay. And next time I will take the question number 31, because question number 31 is little lengthier. So right now we will not be able to finish if we start. So to complete the session, so I will take question number 32nd over here. Next time along with the new questions I will take question number 31. Okay. So let us see now question number 32. In this question what we have given here, if AM and GM of a roots of a quadratic equation are 8 and 5. Have you remembered roots of quadratic equation of last years? We have done the chapter number 4 in class 10th. Okay, so suppose if I say alpha and beta are the roots of quadratic equation, then how to find out the quadratic equation that you knows very well? See, here also they are asking, then obtain the quadratic equation. So if I say, if suppose I am writing the part of class 10th, alpha and beta are roots of quadratic equation, then equation, if I want to find out, equation is given by, how we can give the equation? Equation was, you try to remember, we have written x square minus sum of the roots, means alpha plus beta, into x, and plus product of the roots, means alpha into beta, is equal to 0. So if I want to find out the equation, equation will be given in this manner. Now in this question, if I want to obtain the quadratic equation, I need the value of alpha plus beta and alpha into beta, that I will put up in this formula to get the required answer. Now here, first of all, we shall suppose, let alpha comma beta be the roots of required quadratic equation, that we can say. Okay, Now what we have given that, since arithmetic mean of roots of quadratic equation, that is given to us here as 8. You can check the arithmetic mean of a roots of quadratic equation is given here 8. And arithmetic mean between any two number, we know that is a plus b upon 2. Suppose if I talk about the arithmetic mean of two numbers a and b, then it will be equal to a plus b upon 2. Okay, so here arithmetic mean of roots of quadratic equation will be, what are the given roots here, alpha and beta. So their root will be here, so their arithmetic mean will be here, alpha plus beta upon 2 is equal to 8, or we can say that alpha plus beta is equal to 16. This is my equation number second, I can say, and this is my equation number 1. Similarly, see what we have given further, geometric mean and geometric mean of roots of quadratic equation. That how much we have given here, that is given here as 5. So that will be geometric mean between the two numbers will be here under root of alpha into beta. Okay, that I have shown you in the previous question also. So under root of alpha into beta is equal to 5. If we do squaring on both the sides, so we can say that alpha into beta will be equal to 25. Equation number 3. Now from second and third equation we can put up the value in the first equation. So we can say that from equation first, second and third, x square minus in the bracket alpha plus beta, how much we have now, 16x, and alpha into beta we have 25 is equal to 0. So this is your required quadratic equation. So they have connected some of the old topics with the new topic also. Okay, so we have completed question number 32 and 31 is remaining. As I have told you, we shall do it next time. Okay, thank you.